New York Times has a report with emails that essentially show the Trump administration and outside consultants working on this whole concept of the fake electors scheme in the swing states. So here is an email, and this is from a Phoenix lawyer named Jack Willenchick, and he's discussing fake electors. And listen to this. We would be sending in so-called, and he puts it in quotes, fake electoral votes to Pence, so that, quote, someone in Congress can make an objection when they start counting votes and start arguing that the, quote, fake votes should be counted. Let me just be clear on this. So they send in fake electoral votes to Pence so that ostensibly Ted Cruz could make an objection when they start counting votes and arguing that the fake votes should be counted or shouldn't be counted. I don't know exactly sure why you'd want
fake votes should be. This is like they know they're fake, but they should be counted anyway.
They should replace the other electors.
Oh, well, there you go. Here we go. So he writes this, and it's confusing, right? Because it's like they're saying fake, like as if they wanted to actually put in sort of rat F votes. But then later, this is what, so he wrote this to Boris Epstein, our good old friend, strategic advisor to Trump campaign.
YouTube failure. And what was the television company? Newsmax?
No.
Sinclair.
Yeah, right. He was a Sinclair media guy. And then in a follow-up email, Willenchick wrote, alternative votes is probably a better term than fake votes, adding a smiley face emoji. In other words, they knew that their votes, their electors were fake.
Conscious fraud.
But they...
This is, you want to talk about proof of intent.
Yeah.
Yes. They called their own votes fake and then realized later, oh, hey guys, let's call them alternative votes because fake votes sort of gives up the game just a little too much.
Was the subject line for this email RE doing the crime? January 6th crime. Crime on January 6th.
This is in December 8th. So this is a, full month out.
And their justification is to send in these fake electors, right? Alternative electors, which they're borrowing from themselves there with alternative facts.
Yes, right.
As a way to buy time for the election fraud to be further investigated.
Can I know what the hell's going on? Can I just play my Ron Johnson clips?
Oh yeah. I was not involved in this at all. I had no hand in any of it. Again, this lasted a couple minutes in our office, and the episode was over. Some staff intern, said we got to, the vice president needs this or whatever. I wasn't involved. I don't know what they said, so I don't know why you're even asking the questions. Why don't you just leave me alone?
That's Ron Johnson when they're asking him, dude, why were you insisting on giving something to the vice president? Well, because an intern told me to, I don't know.
Just leave me alone.
Just leave me alone.
And then it was Mike Kelly. Then it became Mike Kelly, that Pennsylvania House member.
Right. And then
Kelly
Mike
was like,
that wasn't me.
He's like, I don't talk to that guy. I haven't spoken to him in 10 years.
I watched with Saul for the first time Napoleon Dynamite. Did you ever see that movie?
Yes.
And that's what Ron Johnson's got going there. Idiot! Why are you talking to me, idiot?
Yeah, just huffing.
Yeah.
Saul must have loved that. Did he like it?
He did like it. It's a little bit older for him.
Oh, okay.
But so this is what, there's more and more of this coming out. And presumably, these people are going to end up in front of the January 6th committee. If they haven't already, they may end up on TV. All that's well and good. There has been a lot of questions as to what has the Department of Justice been doing this whole time. And it, frankly, is still unclear, but that's by design. At some level, they wouldn't want to show, but there's also been some, apparently, Democrats on the House committee who are surprised at how sort of behind the Justice Department is.
Because Trump's going to announce any second, and you might want to, because since they're going to pause the investigation if he's actively running, you might want to get ahead of it and start doing the actual, investigating now, especially because the reporting indicates But now they're asking questions directly related to Trump.
The federal grand jury that presumably has been assembled by the Department of Justice to look into this, like you say, witnesses are coming out of there and saying they asked about Trump. Here is Attorney General Merrick Garland with Lester Holt.
We pursue justice without fear or favor. We intend to hold anyone who was criminally responsible for the events surrounding January 6th, for any attempt to interfere with the lawful transfer of power from one administration to another, accountable. That's what we do. We don't pay any attention to other issues with respect to that.
And that's exactly what the stance that they should have. But it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to do it.
Yeah.
But at least he's saying the right thing, and it remains to be seen if he'll pursue it. I would imagine that Trump is going to run, and it's going to be difficult to see any action on that investigation, whatsoever. But to be fair, it's only been a year and a half.
That's the thing. I don't understand why they didn't just, one, coordinate more with the January 6th committee so the investigation could be parallel on a dual track, especially given now what we know with the news. And you have to pay attention to that to a certain degree. I know he can't say that publicly, but if Trump's going to announce in August, then this is done. I mean, there's no ability for him to hold him criminally accountable, which is obvious that it's necessary.
They can keep doing the investigation, presumably, but they would have to wait until after an election before they would do anything, I think.